person's true feelings can be revealed in language patterns. I would venture to say that before that, you would, of course, be able to find out a person's true feelings by their body language, or even by the way their eyes look at you. But also, of course, revealed in the language patterns. This is by Tim Christie, University of Oregon on phys.org. What someone says out loud about a group of people and how they actually feel about them are not always the same thing, but a person's true sentiments about other groups of people can be revealed by the language patterns they use in describing their feelings. That's one of the key findings from a new study by David Markowitz, an assistant professor in the UO School of Journalism and Communications. The work was published recently in the Journal of Language and Social Psychology. Markowitz said of the study, there are times when people might lie about how they feel towards others for impression management concerns. Markowitz's research has included the study of deception in language and the study of dehumanization and language. His new paper, Deceptive Dehumanization, How Lying About Perceived Outgroups is Revealed in Language. It attempts to bridge those two areas of study. He says, we know from the deception literature there are language patterns that reveal an honest person from a deceptive person, he said. And we know from dehumanization literature there are patterns in language that reveal someone who views outgroups as less than human compared to more human. One notable example cited in the paper is President Donald Trump's 2019 State of the Union address, when he said he supported immigration to the United States and wanted immigrants to arrive in the largest numbers ever. That conflicted with earlier statements in less public forums in which Trump referred to immigrants as animals who infest countries, language commonly associated with dehumanization. Markowitz recruited 1,169 subjects for his study through the online research platform Cloud Research. They were told that people can vary in how human-like they seem, and then were asked to rate on a scale of 0 to 100 the evolved nature of 8 groups: Arabs, Muslim, immigrants, Americans, Democrats, Republicans, African Americans, and Asians. If a participant rated a particular group as one of the most or least evolved groups, they were asked to write their thoughts, feelings, and opinions about the group. But participants also were instructed to either be honest in their opinions about groups or to lie about their opinions of the group. Earlier studies included a meta-analysis from 2015 suggests that language patterns can distinguish between lies and truths. Markowitz says the effects are relatively small, but strong enough to be reliable. The words written by participants were then run through an automated text analysis program called Linguistic Inquiry and Word Count, which contains dictionaries of categories related to social, psychological, and part of speech dimensions. The program has been shown to be a key tool in evaluating the dynamics of deception, as well as dehumanization from language patterns, Markowitz said. He said, it's a gold standard way to evaluate language patterns from a social science perspective. He said this, in effect, the program turns texts into data, he said. Consistent with earlier work, the study found that deceptive texts use fewer self-references and more negative emotional terms than truthful texts, and dehumanizers used more than negative emotions than humanizers. Where the study breaks new ground, he said, is by investigating how these psychological constructs interact and how they are reflected in the language people use as they attempt to manage impressions and manage a positive self-image. What this research suggests is that language actually matters here and reveals psychological aspects of communicators who hold a different internal belief than their outward portrayal, he said. The implication is we can do a pretty good job of revealing internal beliefs in language, and this is one of the first studies of this kind to suggest specific word patterns reveal these psychological processes. This was from the University of Oregon on phys.org. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.